Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. A busy slate today as we head into the weekend. Starting with the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Reds plus 140 with the over-under at 7. Reds coming into this matchup 21-29. The Cubs 22-27. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 4.68. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 2.20. Green, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Steele, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Reds, coming off a St. Louis loss. Cubs coming off a bad Mets loss yesterday, losing 10-1. Both teams really not playing very well at all right now. Cubs are 6-2 at home against Cincinnati. Steele coming off a 0-run game. Green's given up 12 runs on his last 3 starts. Hasn't been the best on the mound right now. I like the Cubs at home. Justin Steele 6-1. He's been good on the mound here. I think I'm going to lean with the Cubs at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. White Sox opening up as road favorites at minus 145. Detroit plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. The White Sox coming into this matchup 21-31. Detroit 23-25. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.28. Pitching for the Tigers is Joey Wentz with an ERA of 7.45. Lynn, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Wentz, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. The White Sox losing to Detroit yesterday, 7-2. Nice win for Detroit. White Sox are just 1-4 against Detroit, so they've struggled head-to-head here. Really a pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Tigers plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 120. LA plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 31-20. The Rays 37-15. Pitching for the Dodgers is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 5.88. Pitching for the Rays is Jalen Beeks with an ERA of 4.68. Syndergaard, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Beeks, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Only giving up 1 run in his last 3 starts. He is only pitching about 2 innings a game, though, but still pitching very well in those innings. Dodgers coming off a Braves loss. Tampa coming off back-to-back Toronto wins. I just really like the Rays here. I mean, they're playing very well. 13-4 against the National League. You know, the Dodgers are 4-2 against Tampa, but they really haven't played this Tampa team that's been pretty elite this season. I like Tampa. I just like rolling Tampa. They're a great home team. Beeks is good the few innings he pitches. Hopefully he gets some good bullpen support today. But I think I'm going to roll with the Rays at home. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the New York Yankees. Padres opening up as road favorites at minus 115. The Yankees minus 105 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 23-27. The Yankees 30-22. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 6.75. Pitching for the Yankees is Randy Vasquez, making his debut. So making his first start of the season. Musgrove, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Padres coming off a Washington win. Yankees coming off back-to-back Baltimore losses. But Padres 1-7 on the road against the Yankees, where they have struggled here. We'll see what Vasquez looks like, but don't really think it's a bad thing that they have someone new on the mound, because Musgrove really has not been good on the mound this season. He's had a rough first half of the year, and I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Yankees plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Texas plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 31-18. The Orioles 33-17. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 3.02. Pitching for the Orioles is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 6.21. Gray, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. He's been very good on the mound this season. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Rangers coming off back-to-back Pirates wins. Baltimore coming off back-to-back Yankees wins. Both teams playing well. But I really like Gray on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs on his last 3 starts, and I think I'm going to roll with the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Cardinals plus 100 with the over-under at 8. Cardinals coming into this matchup 23-29. The Guardians 21-28. Pitching for the Cardinals is Matthew Liberatore with an ERA of 3.0. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.08. Cardinals coming into this matchup 23-29. The Guardians 21-28. Liberatore, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Bieber, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. St. Louis coming off a Cincinnati win. Cleveland coming off 2 back-to-back losses against the White Sox. St. Louis 5-2 on the road, playing pretty well on the road right now. Liberatore's been good on the mound. Had a couple no-run games in his last 3 starts. I think they're a good underdog today, and I'm going to take a shot with the Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we get the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 150. The Phillies plus 125 with the over-under at 9.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 23-27. The Braves 31-19. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 5.79. Pitching for the Braves is Jared Schuster with an ERA of 5.49. Walker, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Schuster, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Philly losing to the Braves yesterday 8-5. They're 0-5 on the road, 1-5 on the road against the Braves. They really struggled against the Braves here, and I think I'm going to lean with Atlanta at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Giants plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Giants coming into this matchup 25-25. The Brewers 27-23. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 4.05. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 4.15. Wood, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Giants beating the Brewers yesterday 5-0. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Giants are playing good baseball right now. 8-4 straight up against the Brewers here. Pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Giants plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Minnesota Twins. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 155. The Twins plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 26 and 25. The Twins 26 and 24. Pitching for Toronto is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 3.14. Pitching for the Twins is Louis Varland with an ERA of 4.18. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Varland, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto coming off back-to-back Tampa losses. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They really are struggling here. Minnesota coming off a Giants win. Blue Jays really just have not played well here, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Twins plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Washington plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Washington coming into this matchup 21 and 29. The Royals 15 and 36. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 4.47. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 6.83. Corbin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Lyles has not been good on the mound. He's 0-8. It's been rough for Lyles. Washington coming off a Padres loss. Royals coming off a Detroit loss. Washington is 13 and 5 straight up against the Royals, and I think they're a good underdog today. And I'm gonna take the Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Colorado Rockies. Mets opening up as road favorites at minus 210. The Rockies plus 170 with the over/under at 11. Mets coming into this matchup 26 and 25. The Rockies 22 and 29. Pitching for the Mets is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 4.01. Pitching for the Rockies is Connor Siebold with an ERA of 5.97. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Siebold, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Mets coming off a nice Cubs win. Colorado coming off a Miami win. The Mets are 9 and 4 against Colorado, so they've been very good head-to-head. Colorado just 2 and 6 on the or 2 and 6 at home against the Mets here. I do like Scherzer on the mound, coming off really 2 good games here, and I'm gonna roll with the Mets on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 145. Miami plus 120 with the over/under at 8. Miami coming into this matchup 25 and 26. The Angels 28 and 23. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 3.83. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 4.87. Luzardo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 3 innings. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 12 strikeouts. But those prior matchups for Luzardo, after giving up 6 runs, he gave up 1 run in 2 consecutive games here. So coming off a bad start on the mound here. LA on a little 4-game winning streak, playing pretty well. Miami struggled against LA, 2 and 5 on the road. I'm gonna ride this little win streak here, and I'm gonna take the Angels at home. Next matchup, we've got the Boston Red Sox versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Boston opening up as road favorites at minus 140. Arizona plus 120 with the over/under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 26 and 24. Arizona 29 and 21. Pitching for Boston is Chris Sale with an ERA of 5.01. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Pfaadt with an ERA of 7.65. Sale, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Pfaadt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston on a 4-game losing streak right now, had a rough Angel series. Um, Arizona coming off a Phillies loss. Boston, surprisingly, they are 11-3 against Arizona here. They've been good head to head. It's a pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'm going to take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Oakland Athletics. Houston opening up as road favorites at minus 270. Oakland plus 220 with the over-under at 8.5. Houston coming into this matchup 28-21. Oakland 10-42. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 3.20. Pitching for Oakland is James Caprillion with an ERA of 8.68. Brown, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Caprillion, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Houston, coming off back-to-back bad Brewers losses, not scoring in the last 2 games, but Oakland on an 8-game losing streak. I think it's a good spot for Houston to bounce back against the A's, and going to roll with the Astros on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Hit plus 135 with the over-under at 7. Pirates coming into this matchup 25-24. The Mariners 26-24. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 2.44. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 2.62. Keller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitt, coming off back-to-back Rangers losses. Then Seattle on a 4-game winning streak, 4 straight wins against Oakland. Big series for them to kind of get back on track. Pitt just 2-7 on the road, 1-4 against Seattle here. Pretty even pitching matchup. I think I'm going to take a shot with the Mariners at home in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.